You know I'm a Pisces, right? Yeah. And a rising Aries. And then like a moon Libra, It's really important stuff. Okay. I'm ready now. Look, we've all been there before. You're sitting in on the last virtual meeting at the end of a long day, and you've reached the limit of new information your brain can handle. You sign off from the meeting, and you just have that moment where you say to yourself, what did I just sit through? Luckily, there's no need to panic because the solution is actually pretty simple. Just check the meeting minutes. Meetings are a critical component of the workplace and can make up about 15% of an organization's total time spent. Without reliable meeting minutes, teams may lose track of critical conversations. But by accurately capturing what happens in those meetings, you're investing in improving the overall health, functionality, and effectiveness of your team. In this video, we're going to cover what meeting minutes are and how to effectively write them so your team feels informed, engaged, and on track. So what are meeting minutes? Meeting minutes, or minutes of meeting, provide a written record of what occurs during a meeting, so there's a clear documentation for everyone involved. They're a great tool for any organization that meets regularly for events like a project kickoff meeting or a status update. And when done correctly, they serve as a window into the past, helping you revisit ideas and conversations to facilitate future problem solving. So when you're confronted with challenges at work, or if you're like me and can't remember that one big thing your leader told you not to forget, meeting minutes come to the rescue. I was totally kidding about the not remembering part. The minutes also provide a quick way for senior leaders and higher-ups with busy schedules to stay updated on big changes. Plus, if a teammate couldn't attend the meeting, they can reference the minutes to see what they missed. Now, at this point, you may be thinking to yourself, this sounds great, but who's taking these notes? Technically, anyone who takes part in a meeting could write the meeting minutes so long as they follow everything in detail. But to promote efficiency and transparency, we recommend designating one person whose only responsibility is to write down the meeting's discussions in a standardized format. Choose your minute maker based on the person's ability to process information quickly and think critically. Writing something down is one thing, but understanding the information is another. Just ask my therapist. Now, what should you include in your meeting minutes? Obviously, this will vary depending on your team's needs, but all minutes should include a few key bits of information, like the meeting title and subject, the date and time, who is in attendance, a meeting agenda, a brief summary of each discussion item, any major decisions and action items, and the date of the next meeting. Each section of the meeting minutes should align with the meeting agenda. This helps the reader understand the order of events and easily hop around the minutes to a specific point. Think of your meeting minutes as the spark notes of the meeting. They're easy to digest, but still give you the whole story, regardless of what your English professor may have told you back in school. I'm looking at you, Mr. Jones. Capturing all of this information is critical to ensuring the notes are comprehensive and thorough. So now that we've covered what meeting minutes are, here are a few tips to help you effectively write them. Tip number 1, tell the story as efficiently as possible. Make sure you're sticking to the important points. Instead of harping on every little detail, focus on the main points and leave it to the reader to ask questions. Your minutes will point them in the direction of the right person to follow up with. Including extra information can get in the reader's way and make the minutes harder to follow. Only include the most important points. Tip number 2, clean it up. Oh, I didn't mean literally. Trust me, you don't want to send in your raw minutes without a heavy edit. Instead, use your notes as a foundation to build your minutes upon. During the editing process, you'll craft the notes into a coherent narrative that follows your team's consistent minute structure. During the meeting, focus on the information. Don't worry about the organization of your notes until you're ready to edit. And rather than sticking with good old-fashioned pen and paper, try taking structured notes in a digital notepad. ClickUp's Notepad and Chrome extension provide a quick and intuitive solution for fast note-taking, allowing you to instantly add formatting and style with rich text editing to make your notes more thorough. Tip number 3, accountability starts with the action items. Your action items will be one of the shortest components of the meeting minutes and possibly the most important. This is the section where you record the next steps following the meeting. Every action item should include a few hard and fast details, including the decision or action that needs to be taken, who is responsible for completing the task, and when it should be completed. This is how meeting minutes promote accountability and helps participants track tasks more effectively. Tip number 4, style matters. It's always a good idea to follow the AP style book when finalizing your summary. The meeting minutes should be edited, proofread, and free of errors. Typos pull the reader's attention away from the matters at hand. Check, double check, and have someone else check your work. Eliminate mistakes and let the reader stay focused on the content. And tip number 5, get your facts straight. The primary purpose of meeting minutes is to truthfully convey what happened. Consult your notes or the meeting recording to ensure you're sharing the correct information. And instead of guessing, talk to your peers. You want to do everything you can to verify that the minutes are reliable. Meeting minutes sounds simple enough, but it can be a lot of information to remember. Use these tips to help you create effective meeting minutes for your team so you can stay on track and productive.
Cut.
If it weren't for the Spark Notes, I would have never gotten through the Canterbury Tales.